Good afternoon and welcome into the second of our doubleheader this afternoon of Junior LC8 football on the Lorain County Sports Network with YouTube. And it's week 3 in our third year of covering these youngsters, 5th and 6th grade tackle football. I am Max Drummond, joined alongside Paul Williams here on the mic with me tonight, this afternoon, and Sam Sovacool on the camera. As we have Firelands as they got the ball off the coin toss. So we're going to see their offense first as Harrison Lenhart's going to get it around the right side, wasting no time, knifing through defenders as he gets across midfield. Huge play to start the game for Firelands.
Yes, 20-yard pickup right away, right off the bat. And what a burst from the running back there to pick up a huge gain and already flip the field now in Black River territory.
We had plenty of reasons to talk about Lenhart last week as we learned his name pronunciation, a little more about his family, and that was an awesome moment. So he starts the game with a nice big carry there, coming from Sam Lingus, the quarterback, who's the one that handed it off to him.
Yeah, he got in the end zone a couple times last week. Now starting off again. Good, very good.
Yeah, trying to do it again as he made us stumble for a sec. Wow, he's getting off to a fast start.
Yeah, another 18 for him, and Black River now might start kind of like in the first game. Firelands getting the running game going to keep the defense very, very focused on the run game, and let's see if it opens up the passing game for him a little bit.
As Firelands will come to the line. And they'll set up there, make sure their splits are in place. You got Lingus in the pistol with a receiver on either side and tight end and a wing out to the right. They'll go that way. Lenhart will lead the way blocking as Lingus has got the speed. He gets the first down. He's trying to cut back for more, and he's going to be wrestled down inside the 10-yard line, possibly even to the 5.
Yeah, it looks like a gain of about 27 for Lingus, and the running game is just really, really doing what they want out there right now. All 3 plays have went for at least 18 yards.
Really strong start to this game, as that was it's been a theme we've seen a little bit here this season, as it may go without saying, but sometimes teams are able to fight through some adversity, come back. But this season, it's been all about who has the ball first and who gets out to the hottest start.
Exactly, and that is what matters, especially with these kids. I mean, getting that early momentum can go a long way, and we've seen it here numerous times.
Lingus hands off to Lenhart, trying to fight his way up the middle, and the official closest us. He's going to call it a touchdown. So Lenhart pushes his way through, and he's going to get the Falcons on the board first here against the hosting Black River Pirates.
Nice run, and he deserved to finish that drive with the way he did it. He was a key factor in getting them down to the goal line. And, yeah, Firelands with about the best start you can ask for.
Yeah, we don't keep too comprehensive of stats on these games, but I have to imagine he got almost 75% of the way down the field for Firelands on that drive.
He really did. He did a lot of work there, and it paid off for him.
So now they'll set up inside the 5, so they'll be at the 3 for a 1-point conversion. 6:43 remaining on the clock here in the first quarter. And we're going to see a give-off on the motion, and I believe that was Alex Schaefer, as he's going to be brought down just a couple yards short of that goal line. So the 1-point after try is no good, and it will remain 6-0 in favor of Firelands here in the early portions of this game.
Yeah, good stand by Black River's defense. They were able to hold up on the run, and maybe that could help them feel a little better when they get back on defense the next time.
As for those Pirates, we got the chance to, or we haven't seen them, as it were, since week 1 when they took on Keystone. So both times they've been on the Lorain County Sports Network, they've had to deal with what could be the class of this league. But it's also leaves itself as a good measuring stick for how your team's performing.
Definitely, no doubt about it. And, yeah, we see it here every game. And right now, Firelands, I think they're also fired up from watching that previous game, honestly, because they came out with a little extra energy, it seemed like.
We'll see a misdirection on this first handoff as a group of Falcons bring down the ball carrier that time, and they'll give him around 3 yards, as it looks like that was going to be Trent White on the carry, I do believe.
Yeah, good. I mean, decent carry, but very good defense by Firelands, containing it and leaving them with about a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8.
And it's so interesting to me looking at this Firelands defense. They've got such a strong output up front, but they only have 3 down linemen.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they've got 4. They try to get that advantage up there. They only need 3. So now they'll throw out right side to Mangan, and he's going to get caught by a couple of defenders. He tries to extend the ball. I think they'll rule him down, though, as he picks up 2.
Yeah, got a couple yards there, but that was Schaefer coming in to make sure it was a limited amount of yards, and now it's a bit of a manageable 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Let's see what the Black River, what they have here for us.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 to go as we're getting closer to being halfway through this first quarter of play on the Lorain County Sports Network. I want to thank you for coming along with us this weekend here as football just continues to ramp up at every level. But we've already been at it for a few weeks here with Junior LC8. Mangan will go in motion. Getting the snap rolling out left that time. It's going to be Turner Walter, the quarterback, and he's going nowhere, brought down for a big loss, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Fireland they're not going for it right now on defense. Whichever way, Black River's trying to get the ball around the corner. It's not working, and Firelands now has a chance to get the ball back, see if they can put more points on the board.
As Lenhard, who got the scoring started, was able to shut down that drive with a big hit, and a lot of congratulations from his teammates. So we will see the walkout punt, and we'll step aside when we come back. Firelands will take the field for their 2nd drive on offense here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Back here halfway through the first quarter on the Lorain County Sports Network as Firelands is back on offense. And we're going to see a screen pass out to the left side. Branson Boos cutting back across the formation after he caught the screen. He's past midfield trying to find the edge. He's going to get past the Black River Pirate defender there, and he's going to go all the way down the sideline. And they're going to officially count it as a 63-yard touchdown catch and run.
63 yards, but about 58 of them were after the catch. First of all, nice connection, but the moves and the way he switched fields and got out, once he was at the 35, there was no chance anyone was catching him.
Well, I had to take a moment after he caught it, and it looked like he was going to get tackled. I took a moment, okay, who's that about to tackle him? And obviously that's Booth. And I look back up, and he's still running.
Yeah.
What a play. And that's already quickly going to make it 12-0 in favor of the Falcons.
Geez, and Fireland's offense moves. They do not waste any time. They get down the field quickly, and they're now in prime position to put another to score on the board.
It'll be from the 3. So we'll try to make it 13-0 here in the first quarter. Lingus rolling out right, and he's going to just weave his way forward, extends the ball, and that makes it 13-0 in favor of Firelands. So a quick start for these Falcons as Black River will try to respond here as their offense will get their 2nd chance of the game. And we only got to see a 3 and out, so we didn't get to see too much of their offense so far. Maybe a few wrinkles will be added here. And at 4:14 to go, it's certainly, you got to have a little urgency to you. I mean, at this point, it's still early in the game. You got a lot of time to work with, but you definitely don't want to end up in a situation we saw that happened in our first game of the afternoon.
Especially the way Fireland's offense is looking. you need to respond, and you need to take some time off the clock and let your defense rest a little bit and just at least get some positive momentum going, get a few first downs, and make Firelands really work for a stop here.
I'll try and see if we can have some stuff to build on moving forward. So now from their own 35, Pirates come out with a spread formation. See this on Friday nights a lot. Turner Walter setting up the draw for his halfback mate, but just getting in the backfield almost immediately. It was a couple of Falcons, and that play was going nowhere.
Yeah, again, Falcons defense is swarming. They're everywhere the ball goes. And Black River is going to have to maybe switch things up, maybe try to get a bit more creative because the runs just aren't working right now.
Micah Hoban with the big play in the backfield is I always enjoy it when a defensive lineman wears a smaller number. In this case, not single digits, but he's got the 10 on.
Yeah, they always seem to stick out, and they always seem to justify it. I feel like they always play well.
It's always a baller. You're going to wear a number like that up front. So now second down and 14 here for Black River in this first quarter. Misdirection. It may have bought some time, but Hoban, a few others get up there, and I believe that's going to be Mangan brought down after just a couple yards.
I mean, at least positive yardage, but it just really seems like it's going to be tough for them to penetrate this Firelands defense. The Falcons have numerous guys that are just making great reads and getting right on the ball. Maybe Black River can open it up with screens, something like that. But they need to find a way to at least get this down to like a 4th and 3, 4th and 2, so they can take a chance here.
And we've seen in the past they're a program that likes to use some motion, some pre-snap movement to confuse their opponents. Wonder if we'll see more of that here, and that maybe could go a little ways in making these Firelands defenders second-guess themselves. So they'll do some play action, rolling out right as Walter gets away from one defender. He's just going to have to tuck it and cut up, as he did not have many options down the field, even if it was a pass play. Now I think I see a lineman down there, so that may have just been a sweep all the way.
Yeah, he didn't even have a chance to really look up to see if there's any receivers open there. He got the best he could out of that, just really not a play that just didn't work offensively.
So the Pirates will play the field position and choose to do the 25-yard walk-out punt. So we'll step aside as they do that, and when we come back, we'll be under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play with the Falcons on offense. Start of the third drive for Firelands as we see a pump fake and a throw down the sideline just inside the numbers there. And that's going to be a beautiful connection there with Deacon Cooley on the receiving end.
Yeah, Cooley showing some athleticism there, getting up, getting that ball. A good throw from the quarterback, and that's just what you've seen all day so far out of Firelands. They're just really clean on offense, and they convert when it's open and when it's there.
So that really sparks this drive. Not that they really need a chunk play like that to get going, but it doesn't hurt.
That can never hurt, and they're just, I mean, once again, they're in prime position to put some points on the board.
So they'll start at the 45, and that's going to be a little bit issues with the snap. So Lingus just has to pick it up and make it happen with a broken play there. So just a haywire snap and catch of the snap, whichever one it may have been. It leads to the first either negative play or just play for no gain here for Firelands this afternoon.
Yeah, and maybe we'll see them play with a little more pressure now on offense for the first time. Not really too much, but they haven't had a second or third down that I I don't even know if they had a second or third down,
Yeah, no, they've
actually.
not even been close to getting behind schedule. They set their alarm early, and it just keeps paying off here.
I couldn't have said it better, partner.
So under 30 seconds now in the first quarter. And that snap will go wide right. So you see on back-to-back plays that they may have to iron that out.
Yeah, now what you want to see, a little adversity from this offense now. Third down, I'm actually excited to see now what do they do in this type of situation.
Yeah, because they've already, in a sense, opened up that playbook quite a bit. But we'll have to wait to find out, as that is the end of the first quarter here from Black River High School, as the visiting Firelands Falcons lead the Pirates 13 to nothing. And we'll be back with the second quarter right after this on the Lorain County Sports Network. Back here for the second quarter on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here at Black River High School, as the hosting Pirates set up on defense on a 3rd and 17. Branson Boos going to the short side of the field, and he's not going anywhere. So Black River able to take advantage of a few mistakes on the last couple plays and force a 4th and long.
And that is a big turnaround for the Black River defense. Right when they look like they had no answers for Firelands, they come up with a big, big stop and put Firelands in a position to either make a tough attempt at a 4th down conversion or give it up on the punt, which it looks like they're doing.
So they will move it 25 yards the other way. And with just under 8.5 to go here in the second quarter, which will be changed on your screen here momentarily, the Pirates will try to cut into this 13-point deficit. As those Pirate cheerleaders try to get the crowd into it. And they're throwing some freebies out here. There's some footballs. One coming our way, almost hitting the window up here. Gee, the cannon on it right there. All right.
Should have opened the window.
I was gonna say, we might have been able to take a souvenir football home, but now we'll be back on the field itself as Black River will begin this drive, as we're going to see a flip out to the right side from Walter going to, I believe, Trent White once again. And he's going to maybe get 1 or 2.
Yeah, still nothing much going Black River wise. I mean, they're trying different things. It's just not working right now, but you just got to give your heads to Firelands defense. They're making sure they limit everything Black River does.
So officially, they'll give him 2 yards there. As coming into the huddle to deliver the play, looks like James McClure. And we'll get in there as Walter will probably deliver it to the rest of the huddle now. And we'll see a substitution on the other side. So coming into the game, Carter Kohler for the Falcons, subbing in for Landon Bachman. So some fresh legs up on the defensive line, and I'm sure Black River doesn't like seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either, honestly, if I was in their situation.
And they're not sacrificing any size with that sub either. And right there, we're going to see a whistle before the snap. So we'll see what that comes down to, and the Pirates' offense is going to be heading backwards.
Just going to put them in another tough situation. We still haven't seen them really go to the pass yet. Maybe this is the time.
And they will do exactly that. Mangan catches it right away, turning upfield, finds his way through a few defenders, and he'll get the penalty yardage back. Nice positive play there through the screen.
Yeah, and that's just it. Sometimes it's all about just getting some positive plays going, get a little momentum, get a little confidence, start feeling good about yourself, and maybe that can spread out around the team, and some players could start making some plays.
And Mangan made a lot last year for the team as, if I recall correctly, he was used on a lot of sweeps and motion plays, and he showed a little bit of that burst right there. So you may see the ball go back to him a little bit more. 3rd down and 8 now with under 6.5 to go here in the second quarter of play as the Falcons protect a 13-0 lead. Coming in motion looks like Steinhofer there. Wide snap, he's able to get his hands on Walter, throwing upfield, and it's picked off by a Falcons defender heading back the other way. It looks like that's going to be Dylan Layport as he's brought down at the center of the field right at the 35-yard line of the Pirates.
Yeah, and that one was kind of just thrown right into Layport's hands, and he did the rest, just what the doctor ordered.
So it was 3rd and long anyway, and it may have had to see another walkout punt if they weren't able to convert there. Instead, it'll be a forced turnover from the Falcons, and we'll see them set up in plus territory with 6:07 to go. So as the two sides prepare for that, we'll take a quick break and be right back and bring you the Falcons' upcoming drive. Back here with 6:07 to go in the second quarter as Firelands retakes the field after forcing the turnover. As we see Sam Lingus start the drive, and he's going back and forth, and now just trying to spin his way forward. He won't escape the grasp of, I believe that was Walter, but still maybe gets a yard or two.
Yeah, didn't get much there, but didn't. Also, it wasn't a negative carry, so not the best, but you'll take it to open up the drive, and now you can have a second and manageable.
And it definitely keeps that defense honest. We've seen Lenhart do most of the attacking through the ground game, and now you got to watch out for Lingus too. It becomes a lot tougher.
Yeah, you really do. And Lingus has shown throughout this season that he is a threat and someone you do have to worry about. I'm sure Black River probably knows.
So he'll come out in the pistol this time with Lenhart directly, I believe that's Lenhart directly behind him. It could also be Ezekiel Jones, so we'll see here in a moment. They'll fake it either way. Lingus throwing deep and just waiting on it and turning and running towards the end zone. Caleb Steinhofer brought down at the 5, and he was all alone there, Paul.
I mean, you talk about pitch and catch. That was a true pitch and catch. He waited a good second or two, and I thought he was probably going to get in there. But either way, another beautiful connection, and they're set up again in very, very good red zone position.
And it speaks to the pursuit that time by the Black River defensive backs, as I too thought he was going to find his path into the end zone. Nothing but green grass there, but now under 4.5 to go here in this second quarter. Falcons trying to make it a 3-possession game.
Yep, and this is a area of the field where they have so many different places they could go. It's got to be a nightmare for the defense. Let's see if the Pirates can hold up, though.
So they'll give it on the motion man as he'll take it on a sweep, trying to cut upfield. Turner Walter, another tackle. So the quarterback not afraid to get his hands dirty, and that time he's going to stop Deacon Cooley, who gets his second touch of the game. He caught a pass earlier down the sideline.
Yeah, and that play was helped by a couple of the Pirates that got into the backfield early. Even though they didn't make the tackle, they changed the path and helped the rest of their team get in position to hold them out the end zone. Good play by the defense.
It's under 4 minutes now. Obviously, Firelands in no rush. But the Pirates, you don't want to see too much of that time come off, so it's a real tricky part here. You don't want to let them score, but also you got to find a way to get this clock to stop moving. It felt like it has the whole half. Throw out to the left side. That's going to be caught and run in by Austin Davis as he's on the receiving end of a Sam Lingus touchdown.
Just a beautiful design play, nothing special. Get him, get him out there and get him in space, and he pretty much walked in there. And now this is a tough, tough spot for Black River to be in, down either 19 or 21, nothing this early.
We see the screen action right there. We've seen it a few other times this game and the game before, so that has become a real effective play call for Firelands, Keystone, and a few other teams this season, as it's really just the simplest way to get your athletes in space, as you talked about there, and usually you just need to steal one block and you're good to go. So that'll go for it from the 3, which means they could add a point to the board here. Oh, Jones, two back jukes, cuts back across the formation, makes another man miss trying to cut up field.
They should just give it to him anyway.
Oh, man, that caught up to him as he tried to give up some ground to gain some, and he comes up a little bit short. So that'll keep it 19-0 in favor of Firelands. And when we come back, we will see the Pirates get the ball again with 3:20 to go until halftime here on the Lorain County Sports Network. And we return here in the second quarter of play as myself and Paul were just amazed by the moves on display there on that conversion attempt.
Yeah, that was beautiful footwork from that young fella. And even though he didn't get in, he still did everything he could to make something happen.
He wowed us, and now we're seeing some wowing plays as Mason Mangan gets it on a reverse. He's got some open grass in front of him, crossing midfield to the 40, the 30. There's one man to beat, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Mason Mangan, taking it 65 yards on the first play of the drive.
Hey, once he crossed the 50, the only person to beat was him. There were some Falcons trailing him, but what a play and way to get around the corner. And finally, Black River breaks through, and could this be what changes the game? There's still 3 minutes left in the second quarter. It's not over by any means.
Yeah, still very early in the grand scheme of things in this ballgame. And we mentioned it, a little bit of foreshadowing on their last offensive drive, that Mangan was a big part of their offense last year. And right there, proving why he still should be and will probably be moving forward throughout the rest of this season.
Yes, and that can be the difference on your team, just having that one guy that can do things like this and change the game. Let's see if it's really contagious, and Black River can now, who knows, get a stop and get one more crack at scoring this half.
They'll set up here from the 3-yard line, so they'll go for 1. As they trail by 13 at the moment. Mangan in motion, probably still trying to catch his breath. They'll go that way as he's lead blocking along with a few others. Turner Walter turns it up, and they'll count him in. So that's a good one-point conversion. Makes it 19-7, and we've got some life here on this Pirate sideline.
Wow, that's truly exactly what the Pirates needed. And yeah, there is some life, and the Pirates know that they're right back in this game. Let's see if their defense, who started the momentum shift with their big stop, let's see if they could keep going with what they were doing this last drive the Falcons had.
As Firelands, all of a sudden, when it was all them, now they got to adjust to, at least when we've covered them, giving up their first score. They were able to get a couple shutouts in recent weeks, so in the past 2 weeks. So now that streak is broken. We'll see how it affects them. 3:05 remaining here in the second quarter. So obviously, I mean, we figured plenty of time to work with for the Pirates when they got the ball back. Just over 3 minutes, didn't know they'd only need a few seconds, but now Firelands will begin at their own 35. Now in the pistol, looks like Lenhart is back in after Ezekiel Jones got some snaps back there. They'll give it to Lenhart right away as he breaks around the left side. He's got a lane. He's down that sideline. Couple Pirates in pursuit. It's a foot race.
Oh.
It looks like he might beat him. 10, 5, touchdown back-to-back. One-play drives for 65 yards.
Anything you can do, I can do at least just as good. Wow, what a freaking last 2 minutes. From watching Mangden get in there for the Black River Falcons for the Black River Pirates to the Falcons responding like that. What an exciting game.
And just like that, the excitement is dashed for the Falcons as it looks like a penalty flag right around the 45 is going to bring that run back. So it definitely happened a few yards into his dash right there. And man, now you got to measure it. He probably tired himself out on that run, so they may have to remove him for a play or two.
Wow, and that right there, that could be the gift that really keeps Black River in this game, because it looked like Firelands got woken up from that last play and they were about to take back over. Now Black River has a chance to still get that stop and get one more crack this half.
And Firelands, after that play, they called a timeout there to likely not only stop the clock if it was going to pick back up, but also get some rest in for their dynamic running back, Harrison Lenhart. It was a true definition of a foot race. It looked like he may have been caught from behind, but he was able to keep on moving.
Yeah, and his running style and that run in particular were definitely dynamic. And regardless, even with the penalty, erasing it, you still think about that if you're Black River. Maybe that could be a good thing and really keep them focused on what they need to do defensively, because the way they're going to stay in this game is getting some stops right now.
So because of where the penalty flag was thrown and I guess the holding or block in the back was, it'll just reset it 1st and 10 from the 35. Lenhart this time, not 65, but he picks up a couple as he's wrestled down there. I believe Turner Walter once again. So he is all over this game on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Walter sniffed it out from the beginning, got there, made the nice form tackle, and now Firelands has 2nd and long.
That 2nd and long will be snapped with well under 2.5 remaining here in this second quarter. So here comes the Falcons to the line as they're right around the 37 or so. Pistol formation with Lenhart right behind Lingus. He'll get it. Lingus is going to follow Lenhart around that left side, bounces it outside, now cutting back and spinning out of one tackler, and he finds his way forward and wrestled down out of bounds.
One thing about these Falcons, they do not stop. They do not quit. You are going to have to play the entire game, every play, all the way through, and they show it when they run this football.
Even in this 2-minute situation, he didn't show any sign of trying to get down earlier. He wanted as many yards as he could find.
Yes, he did, and they just have numerous weapons out there that can do that, which does make it tough for a defense, even if they are a solid defense, to contain all that Firelands can bring to the table.
So it appears he may have been spun down inbounds. So the clock will move, and now they're having a little trouble getting set on that far side of the field. They may have broke the huddle with an extra player, so that's going to result in a 12-man on the field penalty, because when you're in the huddle, it's okay if maybe your quarterback's standing outside of it and then somebody leaves, but if you break the huddle with 12, you no longer get the opportunity to just take him off the field.
Yeah, and one good thing, there hasn't been too many penalties on either side so far this game, but maybe this can slow down what Firelands was thinking about doing with these final 2 minutes and make them less aggressive, or maybe they'll continue to go for it.
Yeah, and they do have one timeout left, but they have not chosen to use it. So as we get under a minute here on a moving clock, got to imagine that'll impact this play calling here. So Lingus in the pistol from their 42 as he drops back, rolling out to the right. He's got a man deep, but he'll check it down, and that's going to pick up right around 7 to midfield. As it would have been a tough throw to make, but Andrew Brubaker was running with several yards of separation over the top of that defense.
Yeah, ended up going to Julian Flippo, and this is probably a spot where the Falcons are just going to run it out here. So Black River, after not looking like they were going to stay in it for a while, they are only down 2 scores going into the half, it looks like.
Yeah, if they can hold that here, and I do believe they'll get the ball to start the second half. I may have to double check that, but
yes, they will. Yes,
yeah,
they will.
as Firelands had that opening drive score, so if they can take it in 19-7, that's a win for how wild this first half has been.
It really is, and I mean that you come back to that touchdown that got taken back just a minute ago. Really does change the dynamic of this game so much, and just make it a whole different game coming out of the halftime.
Certainly does, and now on 2nd down and 7 from their own 49 with 20 seconds to go. Here comes Firelands. Fakes to Lenhart, rolling left. Lingus, he's going to put it up top. His receiver falling down, comes down with it. Branson Boost, just a complete receiver, gets a hold of it with 11 seconds to go, and now they've got some decisions to make. Looks like they may be trying to spike it.
And I forgot who has the ball. It's the Fireland Falcons. Of course they're going to stay aggressive, and not just stay aggressive, but they're going to convert and make this an interesting final couple seconds of the half.
Speaking of final, 3, 2, 1, and the ball is yet to be snapped. And they just took too long. They did have one timeout left, but maybe you're able to save that after a spike, but just not able to get it done, and that will definitely be a talking point of practice next week to get that ironed out. But that'll leave it at 19-7 in favor of those Falcons as we head to the break. And when we come back, we will recap a little bit of that first half and bring you the third quarter and the second half of this second of our doubleheader of Junior LC8 football here on the Lorain County Sports Network. First down and 10 here for the start of the third quarter. 9 minutes on the clock. At their own 35, Turner Walter going to drop back, throw a slant out to the right. And coming back to it and cutting upfield. Great play so far to start this third quarter as those numbers are stacked on top of each other, but it looks like it's going to be Tyler Qualich on the catch and run to move the chains to start the third quarter.
Yeah, nice run after the catch to pick up a couple extra yards and get that first down, which is important. It does matter. It can help with your momentum. And maybe Black River can really put Firelands in a tough position here if they can get this ball down the field and in the end zone.
I love the adjustment from Qualich there, as it looked like a traditional slant route. He had to stop his momentum and come back to it after Walter. He had some pressure, so he had to get the ball out quick, and ends up working out for him. So they'll be at the 46 now.
I like that they came out with a pass like that right out of the half. I mean, I like that aggression.
Definitely won't see that too often at this level. And it worked a trick that time. So now Walter rolling left, and he's going to throw it on the run. And this time it's caught on the opposite end of the field. And I believe I see a 5. That might be James McClure wearing 53 at receiver. So unconventional number, but a very conventional first down.
I mean, this looks like a different offense with the first 2 plays of this drive. They are opening things up, being aggressive, and on target twice in a row now. 2 big gains and 2 first downs.
So that second first down will give them the ball at the Firelands 38-yard line. So we're just over a minute, right around a minute and a half into this third quarter. And like you said, we're already seeing a brand new offense out there, what feels like, for Black River.
Yeah, I think they saw some things at the half that they went over, and so far it's working, and now it'll be nice to see if Firelands can make some adjustments and now focus a little bit more on the threat of the pass.
And we did see a late play call coming into the huddle, so they're going to have to hurry here to get this snap off. 5 seconds left on the play clock. Motion and snap off in time. Walter rolling right, and he has a big fella chasing him down. Yeah, he's not going anywhere after Dominic Snyder got a hold of him.
I'll tell you what, you see Snyder running down on you like that, it's not a fun position to be in. Wasn't really quarterback's fault. He really had nowhere to go there.
As he'll set him back a few yards. And that's a scary sight. A guy that big is able to move that quick.
Man.
And you can see why. I mean, we talked about it for a short amount of time in the first half, but only 3 guys on that defensive front, and they continue to prove why they don't need anything more than that. And they can just continue to drop back into coverage, which is what makes those first couple pass plays being successful a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it really does. And those are 3 guys that could very well be part of the crew that's playing on this varsity team just a few years down the road.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting time for the Falcons, as we're just over 6 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Very quick pass this time, and it goes through the hands of Meng and jumps on it just to be safe. So smart play by both sides to try to get on it in case it was a backwards pass.
Yeah, and honestly, if Megan came down with it, he still wouldn't have had really any room or anywhere to go. So the incompletion is about the same of what would have probably happened.
And you can't blame them for trying to have a quick hitter like that after you saw some pressure the previous play. So we'll see how much more of that they have to use here to avoid the pass rush.
And this is a big play for them right here. I mean, they started this drive so well. They don't want to just stall out and give it right back to Firelands that quickly. Maybe they could get 7, 8, 9 yards here and give them a chance, at least on a 4th down conversion.
We'll see if they got that in store here. As after the incompletion, they're at the 41. So some quick pressure off the edge may have affected the throw, and it's just lofted up there somehow in between 4 Falcons. A Pirates coming up with it.
And they didn't get the first down there, but wow, that was the exact type of play I was referring to, and they hit it. What a catch between at least 4 or 5 Firelands defenders.
Once again, for his second catch of the drive, Tyler Qualich. And that's how you attack the ball rather than being passive and waiting for it to come to you, and he bails out his quarterback that time.
There were truly 6 or 7 players that could have came down with that ball, and he was the one that wanted it, and he went up and he got it.
So him finding that makes it a 4th and 5. Much better off than where they may have been otherwise. Heck, it could have even been Falcons' ball right now. So 5:13 to go as the clock moves. Pirates see the snap come back. Walter hit as he lets it go, and it's going just over the outstretched arms of his intended receiver, and that'll be turnover on downs as he took a big hit as he let that ball go.
Yeah, he just never had the time to make something happen. The snap was a little off, and that kind of ruined the whole play. Tough way to go out, but still got to feel good that they know there are some things that they can go back to, and now they also flip the field a little bit.
Helps that defense out, and Turner Walter, oh, give it to him. Kid's got guts. He's not even hesitating. He's going right back out there to play linebacker. He's probably going to try to lay a hit like that on somebody else here.
Exactly.
As we're at 5:05 left here in the third quarter. 19-7 in favor of Firelands. And you may have heard over the PA right there about the Ohio State Buckeyes leading Grambling State. And not only today's game, but pretty much every other game this season can be heard on WOBL through that network of AM FM channels, 1320 AM, 107.7 FM. And you'll get to hear Paul Keels and Jim Lachey every Saturday through the fall.
Yep, the radio station of the champs.
So now we're going to see a double handoff here as it goes Boose's way up to the top of your screen, cuts off of one defender, spins out of another tackle, stiff-arming. Anybody going to bring him down, they'll get him at midfield, but not after a huge first down to start the drive.
Man, and it feels like you've seen some similar runs already, just like that one from the Falcons. They are just tough to bring down. They stretch it out and get those extra yards.
And those extra yards result in a big play. And we've seen some deception from both sides right there.
Definitely.
The Lingus, who we've seen take on plenty of QB sweeps, gives it back around and did a great job selling it. So from the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 with 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. As Firelands, they had a very hot start to this game, and there's a few explosive plays has led to this big lead you see now. Lingus following some blockers. He's going to be stacked up after around 6 or 7 yards on the play. So another quality run here on this drive.
And a smooth run. He just finds the creases. He goes where he needs to and just always seems to pick up positive yardage. He is a dual threat if I've seen one in this league.
Yeah, very little wasted motion out of him whenever he's got the ball in his hands. As we get under 4 minutes now. And for Firelands, yeah, they've had a couple explosive plays, but right now they're not really in need of that as they're moving steady down the field and burning a lot of clock while doing it.
Yeah, their defense did what it needed to do and it held up, and now the offense is just taking their time and moving it down the field. It looks like they're back in rhythm after a few plays.
Harrison Lenhard, he gets a turn. He's tripped up, but definitely missed out on a few extra yards, though it does move the chains, so you won't say no to that if you're the Firelands coaching staff.
No, keep picking up those first downs and keep putting the pressure on Black River. 2-touchdown lead right now. Firelands is in control, but Black River still, if they can get a defensive stop, they can make something happen.
Yeah, and I think they've shown a lot of progress. Have the Pirates from earlier on in this season, as we saw them take on Keystone. So in week 1, one of the other juggernauts in this league, and I'd say they've definitely made a jump from week 1 to now week 3, and that's always what you're looking for at this level. So Lenhard gets it again, and he's going to be taken on by a few different Pirates and shoved out of bounds. But yet again, we see another quality and positive first down play.
Yeah, I can't think of many times that the Falcons didn't set themselves up with either manageable second downs or not even needing second downs because they're picking up at least 10, 11 yards on pretty much every run. Kind of doing the opposite of what Black River came out doing. Black River came out throwing, aggressive, moving quick. Firelands slowing it down with the run, and it's working.
And we know how capable Firelands is of using Lingus's arm, so even more impressive that they've chosen to go one-dimensional here on this drive. And as we say that, he's going to roll left, puts it up top, adjusting mid-air. Oh, my goodness, what a catch to turn around. Haul that one in. Austin Davis to the house, and that was a rope of a throw that time from the quarterback, Lingus.
Yeah, Davis with a 34-yard touchdown reception, and boy, did he have to twist his body around to make that happen. Very impressive play from him. Once he made the catch, the rest was pretty much handled, but making that catch was tough. And Firelands right back on the board and right back in control of this game.
And, I mean, we sometimes, it looks like that one's going to be walked back, so it's not the first big play we've seen taken off the board this afternoon across our two games. But just going back to that catch, like you said, the way he adjusted, I mean, there's sometimes, this is, obviously I'm not going to single anybody out, but there are high schoolers that sometimes struggle to adjust to a pass coming at them like that. So.
Many, I mean, a grown man would struggle with a pass like that. That's a tough catch to make. And again, two huge, not just big plays, but touchdowns taken back from the Fireland Falcons. And this is a situation Black River needs to take advantage of.
We'll see if they can capitalize now. 2nd down and 8 is the flag was right around the line of scrimmage, so could have been anything from a hold to maybe a legal man downfield, but whatever it was, Firelands is going to try to operate here. Cooley, as he uses all of his hands to get a hold of it, and he's going to be brought down just outside the red zone. But, man, this passing attack, it is deadly right now.
I mean, it's kind of like they did early in the game. They came out aggressive with the run, just pounding it, and and now they're opening up with the passing game, and it's working.
That's what you called out at the start of this drive, right around midfield when they crossed there. We talked about they didn't need much of their passing game, and now they're just choosing to go right back to it.
Exactly. It's working.
And maybe that's what the penalty stemmed from, is where Lingus is making sure his receivers are all in their appropriate spots. And before the snap, we get a timeout from the Firelands coaching staff. So before we head into a potential timeout of our own, let's just give a shout out to a few of our partners and sponsors from around the county helping make coverage possible this season, like Jones Bones Barbecue in Grubb, Smokin' Good Barbecue out on Royalton Road in Grafton. Also Semper Fi Plumbing, where uncommon service is a common virtue with Semper Fi Plumbing. And Brian Victor of Howard Hanna, who says to enjoy the game. And Brian Victor of Howard Hanna, he also sponsors our Rate the Dog segment, which can happen and be seen every Friday night across all 4 of our broadcast crews. And, you know, we're trying to figure out who's got the best hot dogs in Lorain County. Obviously, it's a pretty opinionated, subjective thing, so I don't know if we'll have a definitive answer by the end of the year, no? But
I will say I'm stuck in the studio a lot of the time, so I don't get to do it too much. But when I was out in North Ridgeville, those were some solid dogs.
Yeah, great hot dog, and they've been tough to top. I can't remember if one has been rated higher than that, but when we were out here at Black River, actually last Friday, they put garlic butter on the buns.
Really?
Before they put the hot dog. So, yeah, that made that a very competitive hot dog in relation to all the other ones we've tried.
Sounds like it, man. I'm kind of jealous of that. Just let me know anytime you want to stop, bring one down to the studio.
You know what? I may have to make a run, deliver some hot dogs. So, there's 4 of you back there, right?
Yeah, yes. Yep, 4 of us. Less than last year, so it'll be a little easier and a little lighter on your pockets.
That's true. So now we're at 2nd down and 5 to go as we get through these hot dog shenanigans. But Sam Lingus setting up. He's going to hand to Lenhart, who's going around the right side, cutting up field. And he's going to beat the clock as right before the end of the quarter, he punches that one in from 24 yards out. Harrison Lenhart, touchdown number 2 on the afternoon.
And that kind of actually worked out better for Firelands, the previous penalty taking a touchdown back, because they got to knock off more time on the clock and end up in the same situation.
Yeah, same result, and the board did hit 000. So that was the last play of the third. We'll get the 1-point conversion before we head to the 4th quarter here from Black River High School. And a few more of those presenting sponsors. Chris Kepp of Slimans in Amherst. Robert H. Garcia, local All-State agent in Avon. Zabo Apparel, located on Liberty Avenue in Vermilion. Some of the best clothing, apparel, sports apparel you'll find around. And Lorain County Visitors Bureau, celebrating 200 years together. So a few words there between Lenhart and Lingus as they get ready for the conversion. Snap back, he's going to fake left, throw right to Lenhart, and he had a tough time corralling that pass to begin with, so may have gone down anyway, even if he wasn't secured there by Jacob Rowland. And that'll bring it into the third quarter. Now as we see 25-7 on the scoreboard in favor of Firelands. When we come back, we'll start the fourth quarter with the Pirates on offense here on the Lorain County Sports Network. Welcoming you back into the start of the fourth quarter here from Black River High School for junior LC8 football, 5th and 6th grade tackle. As we've seen a little bit of everything today, including this guy, Mason Mangan, as he gets another sweep. He showed what he could do last time he got his hands on the ball. He's doing it again, and he's going to fight all the way up past midfield for a nice pickup there to start the fourth quarter.
And that's something, along with some other things, that despite the outcome of what this game may be, Black River can hang their heads on. They've been competitive this game. They found some things on offense, and they still have a chance to even show more and still keep working on any kinks that they may have.
As you see on your screen there, Sam getting a shot of that scoreboard right through the uprights. Kind of perfect how that lines up, and a big thank you to him for all his work today on the cam.
No one better.
That's right. Wouldn't trade this crew for anybody, as we've seen games last week, this week, and another 5 weeks of regular season play here for the junior LC8. As next week we will be back in Columbia Station, but this time during the daytime, as we went out there for prime time last week. But next week will be these Firelands Falcons taking on Vermilion, a team we haven't seen yet, and then Columbia versus Keystone, and that should be a really good game as well. Back here in this game, we've got a deep pass down the left sideline. Turner Walter, he finds his man. It's going to be a foot race running down the sideline. I believe that is going to be James McClure, as he takes it all the way into the end zone for a 50-yard touchdown.
McClure is, wow, that was a blur. I mean, Black River, they are, despite still being down in this game, they are really, really showing a lot in this second half, and that was a beautiful connection for a 50-yard touchdown, and now they have a chance to cut back into that lead.
And Walter was hit as he let it go, and a flag came out. Not sure at what point during the play, but there's one in the backfield. So we're trying to see what the officials came out with there. Maybe he saw tap his head, so there may have been a lineman downfield. But that's a tough gray area when you hit that play action. So
yeah, it really is. But again, another big play wiped away by penalty. You don't have many games where you see 3 30-yard plus touchdowns wiped away by penalty.
So because of that, it'll move him back to the 45, and then definitely there's some tough breaks out here this afternoon we've seen. But regardless of that, I mean, these kids, they're showing off their ability on these plays, the ones on the receiving end of these catches. And it's led to some excitement here for the fans. Now we see a high snap to Walter. He gets a hold of it, rolling left, and he's just going to have to tuck that one. But he may have held up some of those defenders by keeping the ball high and tight, looking like he still may have been passing it.
Yeah, he did, and he made this first down, or this upcoming second down, a lot more manageable. He picked up a good game, about 7 yards there. So nice run from the quarterback, and Black River getting right back on it and still threatening to put that ball they're now into Firelands territory. So just keep it moving and see what they can find on offense.
And that offense will be working with a 2nd and 8 here, just over 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And despite some of the plays being called back, I mean, we've seen Firelands pose a few problems for this Black River offense, but they've definitely made a lot of adjustments at halftime and have come out firing here the best they can. Low snap there, Walter going over the middle, deflected, plopped up in the air, and he's going to hang on to it.
Wow, there's no way he caught that.
He comes up with it.
Wow, that was an amazing catch. I could have swore at least 3 different Falcons had it at one point, but no. What a play by the Pirates there.
Yeah, Tyler Qualich once again acting like a magician out there at receiver. There was a play earlier in the half where the ball was wobbly out of Walter's hand after he got hit, and he came down with it, and somehow they tipped it to himself.
I mean, I guess whatever it takes, but yeah, you don't see those type of plays every day. What an effort there.
Yeah, great reaction time as we hit 6.5 to go on a running fourth quarter clock. So Mangan comes in motion for the Pirates as he'll turn upfield. It's a pass all the way, wide open man, and they're going to get that over to Alexander Hanisek, and he's going to get a few yards there on the nice out route.
And I'm really watching the second half and kind of scratching my head. I mean, they look good playing with this open type of offense, getting the ball out, giving the quarterback a chance to make plays, and he's doing it. Hopefully they at least see this and build on this going into next game and so on.
It's a lot of stepping stones moving forward, and I do want to apologize as the 7s and the 1s look very similar. I believe Hanisek is on the offensive line there, so that one's going to be Briar Keithley on the catch. Number 1, he'll be lining up in the slot on this play. So we got 2 running backs with Walter in the backfield. He'll give to one of those backs, and turning upfield right away, that's going to be Trent White, I believe. And he fights his way forward, and he's going to be right at that first down marker. I think the official at the top of your screen is trying to get them to move the chains. We'll see.
Yeah, and again, Black River with another great play, another either big gain or a first down. Either way, good play by Black River, and the quarterback, I mean, he looks like he could carry an offense. They might be able to use this the rest of the year and look like a different team.
And that's after Walter took a punishing hit in that third quarter where he was slow to get up, but, you know, he found a way to keep it moving. As we've got a fan motivating all the Black River fans right in front of us. You won't see it on camera, but he's put on a show for us.
I was going to say he's motivating me out here.
So now Black River, they will mark it a yard short. So 3rd and 1 here, 4.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Walter's going to get it. Find Mangan on the right, who has to make one man miss, and he's not going to get away. Ball came out. And it does look like Keithley will get on it just in case, and they will say the fumble will count. So that's a loss of around 5 or 6. And now what was a 3rd and 1, you step all the way back to 4th and 6, and the play calling, it becomes a lot tougher here.
Yeah, it really does. And, I mean, that play had no chance anyway. But, honestly, they're lucky they didn't lose that ball because he did not have it secured that well, and the Falcons saw that.
That was him just trying to fight for some extra yards.
Exactly.
But if you're not right on top of that first down marker, your coaches, they don't want you to extend that ball or a risk like that, even if it is for just 1 yard.
Yeah, it's just not worth it most of the times.
So here we are, 4th and 6, as this could be Black River's last chance on offense. They definitely want to go out with a positive drive here, and it has been that to this point. We'll see if they're able to extend it. As Walter's in the shotgun, got White with him, and he'll motion in Keithley next to him. High snap, they'll give it to Keithley, then gives it off to Mangan. He's got a couple lead blockers. However, he's got some Falcons in pursuit, cuts back. Goes up the field, knifing forward, and he's going to be brought down just a couple yards short. Great effort, but it just wasn't enough.
He came so close once he made that cutback. Thought for a second he might get there, but just the Falcons' defense was everywhere on that play, and they came through when it really mattered, like they have most of the game.
And they did a good job there learning from the previous time Mangan got one of those and took it to the house. So definitely a bit of growth there as well from the defense.
Exactly.
So that brings an end to that drive. We still have 3 minutes to go here in this ball game, but we'll step aside for a moment. When we come back, we'll bring you the Firelands' upcoming offensive possession. Back here for the just about finale of this game, as we're seeing Firelands back on offense, holding a 25-7 lead here in this fourth quarter of a game that definitely wasn't flawless by any means. And that's maybe the best part about a confident win like this. You still have a lot that, as a coach, you can show your players to fix.
Yeah, and you want to be able to learn things from every game. So it's not a bad thing that they've faced a little adversity. They didn't play a perfect game. They'll have things to clean up, but still, at the end of the day, we saw an explosive offense and a very, very good defense that can lock in when they need to.
And that offense right now may not show explosivity this late in the ball game, as we're under 2.5 to go on a running clock, but obviously we still have a few guys out there. Voros slinging it. We saw that last week, and he gets it. Excuse me for saying there wouldn't be explosive plays, as right now we're seeing Austin Davis try to make some plays. He cuts around a few defenders. He's still going down the sideline. The 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he's going to finish off that play.
No, I'm not saying anything until, can we confirm there's no flags?
Surveying the field, I don't see any yellow out there.
Okay. Wow, what a play by Firelands. Just when you thought they might pack it in a little bit, they said, no, let's show you, yeah, we might have some things to work on, but we can kind of do what we want out here when we need to.
Connor Voros, the quarterback in that time, wasn't even Lingus, and Davis, who's had a couple catches today, but definitely isn't one of their leading receivers. But, I mean, he shows maybe making a case that he should be out there a little more. What a play.
I mean, he had 4 defenders that had a real chance at tackling him, but he wasn't going to be denied. And that is, I mean, we've seen numerous 65-yard plays now today.
You're right. And I can't remember the last time I've seen this many at once, especially here at this level.
Man.
And we're so glad to bring it to you here on video so you can get the full extent of that. So Voros will be in that pistol. And he's got Ezekiel Jones lined up behind him, and Voros is going to keep it, and he's heading backwards and then side to side, as I think that's Turner Walter with yet another tackle here this afternoon. And that'll keep it 31-7 with just 2 minutes to go here from Black River High School. We'll be back to bring you the conclusion of this Junior LC8 game on the Lorain County Sports Network right after this. Black River back on offense now as we return to the fourth quarter here in a little misdirection, double handoff. As one of the smaller guys on the field getting a carry that time may have been Lucas Burkett. It's my best guess. We'll get a better look here in a moment, but he's able to get a couple yards. Yeah, that will be Burkett. So he's able to move it a little bit there as we get to a minute and a half to go.
Yeah, and let's see if Black River uses this time to at least try a couple extra plays. And I mean, the the throw's been working all half for them. Hopefully, we'll see them air it out a little more before this game ends.
And speaking of airing it out, Jeremiah Smith getting his first touchdown on the season for Ohio State very short time ago as it's 87 yards.
Yeah, he got his first one in style and with an exclamation point.
So no worries or concern for Ohio State this week as you may expect. Now we're seeing Walter here rolling out to the right as he's weaving around a couple Falcons defenders, brought down out of bounds. So I'll stop the clock and yeah, they're going to mark him out of bounds right around the 40 or so. And now they're working in plus territory and clock stopped at 54 seconds.
Yeah, and plays like that matter. Like, even if it's not going to matter with the result of the game, that's going to give them more confidence, and that player is going to build on plays like that, and that could come back and be as a positive for them as they go on this season.
As Walter has shown a lot of bright spots, so a lot of potential for him the rest of this season, as he's a key player for their team last year and obviously continues to be now. And we're going to see Burkett. He catches that one out of the backfield, so getting a couple opportunities here at the end of the game. And who knows, you never know what you might unlock. Actually, Black River, in our first year of covering them, they had a guy about his size. His nickname was Bobby Boucher. This was on radio, so it didn't do it full justice. I can't tell you to go watch a certain video, but he was around that size, and he was the heart and soul of that Pirates team that went all the way to the Final Four that year for Junior LC8. So who knows, maybe Burkett could be working himself into that role as the year goes on.
Hey, that's something we're going to keep an eye on. I was not there yet, but, man, I would have loved to see that because I like watching these kids play a lot.
So we're at 33 seconds left here in this ball game as Black River called a timeout. So they'll have one remaining to work with here in this fourth quarter. As we've had a great afternoon here out in Sullivan, Spencer. I still have to work out the township lines where that
we're here. We're here where the action is at.
It's been a lot of that this afternoon, so big thank you to all the coaches and players on these teams for providing that for us. As Trent White catches that one, and he's making a few guys miss, and that guy looks a little bigger than Trent White, but I think it was him, so he playing with a lot of size there behind his pads, and I mean, great catch.
Very, very good catch. And just another play to build on. And this is a beautiful Black River's offense, even though they only have 7 points to show. Their second half offense is legit. And that's something that's going to come back, and it'll pay off for them. Maybe in the next game or the game after that, but at some point, what they're building on, this will pay off for them.
As we've seen flashes, that's for sure. Walter going to try to continue that here as that one goes incomplete. But because of that, it buys them time for one more play. So with 3 seconds left, we'll get to see the Black River offense get to have one more go at it before we call it quits on this one here in week 3.
Yep, another great week of action, another great week of weather for football.
Yeah.
I wonder what we're going to be saying in week 6. I hope it's still good weather and we're happy about it.
Yeah, honestly, I think – because this feels like early October weather. If it just wants to stay this way through the end of October,
Exactly.
Neither of us will complain about that. And I don't think many of our crews will either. So here comes the final play of the ball game, setting up at the 30-yard line are the Pirates. High snap corralled by Walter. He's got some pressure rolling left. He's looking. He's just going to take off, get what he can, and he'll be shoved out after a first down pickup, and that'll bring an end to today's ball game. With your final score, Firelands 31, Black River 7. And we did a little bit of this before, but a big thank you to all the players and the coaches for their efforts today. The Black River Press Box crew and their program as a whole, high school down to this level of youth, just a very high-class organization. And we thank them for all their help in getting us ready here this weekend. We can't wait to bring you another pair of Junior LC8 games and a doubleheader next Saturday from Columbia Station, as those will be afternoon games, I believe, beginning at 3. So for Paul Williams, Sam Sovacool, and I am Max Drummond. We'll talk to you then next week. Have a great rest of your weekend. And that's all for the Lorain County Sports Network.